We're out at Nisku at PJ Trailers. Lauren here runs the shop here. He's been a supporter of the Fever since pretty much day one. He's actually lent us this trailer because we're going to pick up my 2018 spring bear mount from Solitude Taxidermy in Spruce Grove, Alberta. Nice to have an enclosed trailer for this so you don't have to worry about rain or wind when I'm transporting it home. We're gonna head there now, get the bear home, and then return this trailer back to PJ Trailers here. We just got to Solitude Taxidermy here to see Darren and Caroline Carter. Darren actually just finished the mount of my 2018 spring bear. I was lucky enough to get a pretty nice bear this past spring. And I haven't seen the mount yet, but I'm pretty excited to get in there and see it. So before the big reveal, check out the hunt for the bear we called Cinzeo. It's April 28th today. We're just out gonna get our bear baits rocking for this year. A little later than normal. Normally we have them up a couple weeks before this, but with the late spring and the amount of snow, it's been we've not been able to get in. But today everything's melted. You know, it's 25 degrees out. We got 2 quads, tub trailer loaded up. We're gonna go into the main bait that I've been running for about 7 or 8 years now, that I shot Frank the Tank off, and we've seen a lot of gray bears on. Last year, a great big blonde started hitting it at the end of the year, so we're kind of hoping he resurfaces and we can get on him again. But Ryan's out with me today, Ryan Dasick, and we'll kind of take turns sitting and being shooter, cameraman. And hopefully one of those big guys makes a mistake, but you'll see more from us when we're in there filling the barrels. We just filled the baits. This is where we normally put our camera. We got a camera box here. Just gonna go through the settings, make sure everything's where I want it. The date set, time, because that's pretty important to know when the big bear's coming in. But yeah, we'll check this in a week and every week after that, and hopefully get a big guy on it that we can film taking an arrow. It's May the 4th right now. We set this bait last weekend. This is a bait that I've been running for about 8-9 years now. Shot big bear Frank the Tank off this bait. It's been our best bait over the years. We haven't been in to see if it's been hit, but we're going in like it has been hit. We got all our gear. We got about a 700 or 800 yard walk from here. We'll get in there, check the card, If it's worth sitting, we'll sit. If not, we'll top the bait off of what we brought in, and we'll go check Matt's bait, which is about, 10 miles from here. So we really won't know much till we get in there and see what's hitting the bait. So stay tuned. The tail's gone though. So we got into the bait. We could tell that the bait had been hit because the beaver that was in the barrel, its tail had been chewed off, and it's been pulled kind of halfway through the metal, and he's actually torn the metal, and there's oats spilled everywhere. So we checked the card. There's one, maybe two chocolates hitting it. They look about equal size. If they might be the same bear, we haven't looked that close. But either way, the one, he definitely looks like he could be a shooter. He's got to be in that 18-inch range, a little bigger maybe. Got a nice crease on his forehead. He'd be as tall as a barrel. Really dark chocolate color. So we're hoping he comes in, makes a little appearance for us. We kind of gauge him in person and then make a decision then. We got Matt behind the camera. I'm behind the bow. Just a waiting game now, so stay tuned. Back yesterday night, like dark. already coughing. He's done. He's going down right there. That's a tank. That's a tank, buddy. So May the 4th, me and Matt and Ryan Dazik, Mark, all came out last weekend, filled this bait. This is a bait close to some family of mine. They back onto this ground land. I've been baiting it for years. I shot Frank the Tank here. We shot a lot of bears out of here. Came this on the 4th. We came out after work on Friday, checked the cam. First time we're checking it, there's a big chocolate on it. Here the last 2 nights. We get in the stand, we're quiet all night. It's perfect, you know. We did everything right. Ozonics going, set up, wait. Last 2 nights he showed up fairly late. Tonight, about 8:30, 8:40. I look over, tap Matt on the leg, I see him coming. First thing I say to Matt, because we wanted to see this bear in person, I'm like, he's huge, I'm shooting. Came in, did a little thing. It's just back on a tree. It'll be all on film. Matt filmed him the whole time. Finally came in perfectly to where the beaver is. And I ripped a wasp jackknife 2-blade right behind his shoulder. He went maybe 80, 90 yards to the east of us, and I can see him laying there dead. Beautiful chocolate. I'm so stoked. First night in the stand and a giant's down. Nice. That's a tank. That's a tank, buddy. We just got down from the tree. The barrel's right here. We're gonna go up. I'm pretty sure the arrow went right through. We'll get in there and take a look quicker, or closer. And then we'll head down the trail to the east. That's exactly where Frank the Tank I shot in 2012 died. He ran in the same spot. So come along. Here's the arrow here. Just soaked. Shooting a wasp jackknife 2-blade. An Easton FMJ. It went through that like butter. As it usually does with bears, I find, when you hit them right. He's laying right there. He is an absolute beauty. Big crease on his head. Look at the size of this thing. His coat is amazing. Wow. Look at this bear. Look at that crease. Holy. Dude, he is big. Looks like Darren at Solitude's getting a new visitor. That is an unbelievable bear. I'm just honored. First hit of the year. So May the 4th, me and Matt came out. You kind of heard me earlier. Tell him which bait this was in. He ran about 70 yards to the east here. And piled up, we saw him go down. And he is an absolute monster. I mean, I could barely get my arms around his neck. We couldn't even drag him, the two of us. We had to settle for this for pictures in here. I'm just speechless. I couldn't be happier. I love bear hunting. It's my favorite hunt. And this is my best bear, considering the color and everything. I'm just absolutely honored to have taken him. And I can't wait to get this guy to Solitude Taxidermy to see what kind of magic Darren works with him. That's a wrap for me for the fever for 2018 Spring Bear. It took me 1 day, about 3 hours. Now I'll go behind the camera and get the other guys shooting some nice ones. But this is an absolute beautiful bear. And I couldn't have shot it with anyone better than my best man at my wedding, cousin Matt. Me and him killed Frank the Tank out of the same tree 6 years ago. And I believe we just topped it with this bear. Anyway, awesome. So just around the corner here is a bear I hunted for 3 years. We were after him. We named him Cinzeo, or this spring. 2018. Our first sit, me and Matt got in there and he strolled in. Darren of Solitude Taxidermy in Spruce Grove, Alberta, just finished the mount. I'm dying to see it. Gonna round the corner here and take a look. Holy, look at the color. Oh my God. That is insane. I cannot even believe it. I give you a hug.
I appreciate that. That's cool. It's always nice to get a surprise like that.
Look how big his head looks too. That's how he was. He's thick, eh?
Yeah. Quite pretty.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't even get over it. Oh my God, and the base too. You just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. That's exactly the pose I wanted. With the paw showing like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for following along on the story of Cinzeo. I want to give a special thanks to Darren and Caroline Carter of Solitude Taxidermy for the outstanding jobs they did on Cinzeo here. Stay tuned for highlights in next week's episode.
The Fever is brought to you by PJ Trailers, Stampede Toyota, Vortex Optics, K&K Food Liner, Domax Construction Equipment, Solitude Taxidermy, Traeger Wood-Fired Grills, and these other fine partners.